Hi everybody, welcome back to our next tutorial. This is week 5. You've made it. This is our last new stitch for this granny square blanket that we are making. This week we are doing the puff or bobble stitch. This texture is absolutely gorgeous. The stitch is I wouldn't say tricky. I think you can do it, especially if you've made it this far. So we're going to be doing this bobble stitch, puff stitch, whatever you want to call it, today. I'm going to get started with our sampler. Again, we're using a size J hook. We've got our yarn. It's a worsted weight. 4 is the thickness on it. This is a Mainstays brand yarn. Red Heart is another great brand. You only need 1 skein to do your 5 squares for this week. But if you're using a nice color, like this one came in a little bit smaller skein, it didn't have enough to do all 5, so I did buy a second skein of it. This is the Air and Fleck from Red Heart. It's really cute. It's got some accent colors in it. But like I said before, if you're just doing a solid color, Red Heart's a good brand. Mainstays has now a few colors to get you started, so if that's something you're interested in, that'll save you a little bit of money. But yeah, like I said, a normal skein will get you there. Okay, so to get started, we are going to start with a slip knot. Give ourselves a little slack here. Okay. Now you're going to be chaining in multiples of 6. So with our other squares from this set, we've been doing 30, so you'll be doing 30 chains again. I'm only going to be doing 18 for purposes of this tutorial. So you're going to chain 30 and I'm chaining 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so I've done 18, you've done 30. Now we need to chain 1 more so that we can get into that stitch that we want. This whole first row, we are going to be doing a single crochet, nice and easy. Single crochet in each stitch. You won't do the one right next to your hook. It won't let you loop through there. So adding that 1 extra is going to get you 18, or in your case 30, single crochets all the way along here. I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely getting to be blanket weather where we live. So this is a perfect time to turn all these granny squares into a full-sized blanket, which we will be doing next week, since this is our last square tutorial for this blanket. So doing this single crochet row before we get into the pattern is going to give us a nice little block. We'll end the same way by doing a row of single crochet. Just like we did on last week's, it'll kind of square it off a little, make it look a little more finished. So we've got a row of just single crochet. It's a little hard to see, but it's there. Okay, so now we are going to flip the work over. In this direction. Alright, so this row is going to consist of single crochets as well as double crochets. We're going to be doing single crochets everywhere except for in 2 and 5. Like I said, we're doing sets of 6. So this first row, we're going to pick 2. So the first stitch will just be a normal normal single crochet, no problem. Now that we're in the second stitch, we're going to be doing double crochets. We're going to do one, but now we haven't finished a double crochet. To finish a double crochet, you would pull it through again, but we're not going to pull it through. We're going to loop over, go through again that same stitch, pulling through another piece of yarn, another loop, yarn over, pull through two, but where you would pull through two again in a double crochet, you do not. You just yarn over, go through again. This is building up yarn on your hook, over and go through two again. You're going to keep doing this until you get 5 loops over your hook to pull through. So we only have 4 right now, so we need to keep building up this puff, this bobble. So yarn over. We're just going through that same stitch. That was the second stitch in this row, since we picked 2 for this row. So yarn over, pull through 2. Now we've got 5 loops on our hook. We need to go one more time. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 6. So we have enough of these double crochets, or half double crochets, I suppose you would call it. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 6. Okay, now if you pull the yarn tight, give it a little poke here, it starts to create this little bubble. So that was that second stitch. We put 6 of these half double crochets on our hook. We pulled through when we had 6 loops over our hook. Now we're going to go into 3. 3 is going to be a single crochet. So there's the third stitch of the row, 3, single crochet number 4, number 5, single crochet, and 6. So that's your set of 6. This time we're doing 2 for the poof or bobbles. The next time we do it, we will do it on 5. That way it staggers where our puffs or bobbles are. Okay. So we did a set of 6. Let's do another set of 6. Again, single crochets except for on 2. So here is 1, ready for 2. So we're going to be doing double crochets, or half double crochets, I suppose you would say. We're only doing the first half of a double crochet, and we're building up that yarn until we have 6 loops on our hook. Got 5, I need to do one more. Okay, now we have 6, we can yarn over and pull through all 6. Cinch it tight, give it a little poke, and it creates a little puff or bobble. So as you notice, the back side will still remain flat throughout this project. It's only textured on one side. And you'll see how we're creating that effect here in a minute. So we've done, that was stitch number 2, so we need to keep going. Here's stitch 3 is a single crochet, stitch 4 is a single crochet, stitch 5 is a single crochet, and 6. Okay. We're going to do the same thing again. You're going to be doing that across your whole row, so let's do another set of 6. Here's number 1 is a single crochet, number 2 is that bobble, so it's this double crochet, half double crochet. But instead of finishing that double crochet, you're going to yarn over and keep going. Yarn over and another, go through, yarn over, go through again. Okay, we've got 5, we need one more, so yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. All right, we've got 6 on there. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 6. Okay, give it a tug, a little poke, make that nice poof. All right, that was stitch 2, stitch 3. It's a single crochet. Sometimes you might want to pull that stitch a little tighter Depending on how loose you're working your yarn, it kind of gives the bobble or puff a little extra volume. So that was 3. Here is 4, 5, and 6. All right, so that first row is done. You will keep going doing the same thing all along your first row. So you've got our little puffs or bobbles sticking up here. All right, now we're going to turn our work. We're not going to chain. Just turn your work over. This whole row is going to be a single crochet. That's what's going to keep our pattern flat on the back and the puffs or bobbles just on the one side. So this whole row is single crochet, so we can get back around to the side that has the puffs. So single crochet all the way along. Be careful not to grab too many stitches here from your puffs or bobbles. Okay, we've made it all the way along this row doing a single crochet. Turn your work over. Okay, now we're back to the front. We're ready to do some more puffs or bobbles. We're going to be doing them on stitch number 5 this time. That way the puff will end right here between your other two. Kind of stagger them. So stitch 1 is going to be a single crochet, 2 is a single crochet, 3 is a single crochet, 4 is a single crochet. Now we're ready for 5, which is going to be that double or half double crochet. So instead of finishing that double crochet, we yarn over and go in again. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go in again, yarn over, pull through 2. We're up to 4. Remember, we need 6 on our hook. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2. One more, yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, we've got 6 on our hook, so we yarn over and pull through them all. Give it a tug, cinch it up, poke it a little bit. Okay. Now this is stitch 6 is a single crochet. Okay, we're ready for another block of 6. 1 is a single crochet, 2, single crochet, 3, 4. Okay, we've made it to 5. So get ready to do a double crochet, only halfway. Oops. Okay, instead of pulling all the way through like you would for a double crochet, we have just yarned over, go back through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going till we get 6 stitches on here. Okay, one more. Okay, got 6, so yarn over and pull through all of them. Cinch it, tug. That was number 5. Here's number 6, stitch number 6. Single crochet, might have to pull it a little tight to get that puff to stick out. Here is 1, single crochet, 2, oops, I didn't go through both. Just 2, 3, 4, 5 is our magic number this time. Keep building those half double crochets on your hook until you have 6 of them. We've got 5, need 1 more. Okay. We've got 6, so we yarn over and pull through them all, cinch it, give it a poke, and don't forget to do number 6 of your block right in here. Wow, that's awfully tight. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to cinch that real tight since I know it's right there on the corner and those seem to get a little tighter than the others. So there we go. We've gotten that second round of puff and bobbles on there. So cute. All right, so we're going to turn our project. You don't need to chain, just turn it around. Now single crochet all the way across. Be careful on those puffs or bobbles that you don't get, I don't know, 3 strands. That's going to make your puff or bobble not stick out as much. You just need 2. Okay. Single crochet all the way along. We only want the puffs on one side. And this gives us some nice space too between each row of bobbles. As you can tell, I haven't decided what I want to call it, puff or bobble stitch, so I'll just use them interchangeably. Single crochet all the way along. That end is tight. Go. Okay, now we're back around to the front. If you were to continue doing this, this would be the row. Get my yarn untangled here. This would be the row where we would go on 2 to do that half double crochet to make the puff or bobble. Okay, but since this is the end of the tutorial, I am going to tie off the yarn. If you were doing this, this would be your last row, doing that single crochet to make a nice solid end. So we are going to cut this, pull through the tail, not tight until we go through again. And pull it tight. Let's get these ends tucked in. Just kind of zigzagging through every which way. Get enough of it tucked in so you can cut it short. Also, like I mentioned in previous videos, you are going to keep adding more and more rows until you get an almost squared off shape here. Looks like this one must have dropped a stitch in there. If it's a roughly square shape, you will be able to add our border when we attach everything together next week, and it will all be fine. So here we go. Kind of double back here. Okay, got one more end to tuck in. And if you tucked your ends in on every square on the way to this project, you'll save yourself a lot of time and not have to tuck in ends when we put everything together next week. If not, that's okay. You can do it later, but I like to do them as I go. That way there's less work to do later. There. Let's go underneath of these. I'll hide it in here. There you go. Hide it under that bubble. How about that? All right. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial doing the puff or bobble stitch. The links to our other weeks and other stitches for this project are in the description. Thanks for watching. If you like our videos, please subscribe.